I remember when I was first diagnosed, I felt really hopeless, and then I found Cure JM, and it was around the time of Giving Tuesday, and so I started, a fundraising page, and it really felt like it gave me a purpose, and I was able to actually do something about being sick. It wasn't just like, um, I was able to give back. And so now, years later, I'm actually seeing through all the research that Cure JM is accomplishing, I'm seeing what I've always wanted in new drugs being tested, and all these studies that are being done that I know that my fundraising has gone to. And so it really makes it feel like I can actually make a difference in my own care. I have a lot of complaints about the meds that I'm on, as I think we all do. And so the fact that they're doing something about it and I'm able to raise money that's going directly to that really feels positive, and it really gives me hope for my future and for the future of all the little kiddos out there. So that's really been like my biggest takeaway, and it is why I keep fundraising every year. I know sometimes it's awkward to keep asking the same people over and over for money, but it really feels worth it. And I'm really seeing how it's paying off because there's so much research being accomplished.
I can definitely piggyback off of that as well. I think for me coming back, I've been in remission for a few years now, and I think for me coming back into the Cure Jam organization and realizing how much time has passed and how far research has advanced, even from the time that I was really battling it myself, is incredible to see. And that was just 5 or 6 years ago. So to see the leaps that we've already been able to accomplish in that time span, I think is incredible. And I think for me, JM was such a big piece of my life for as a 28-year-old woman right now, took up so much of my life. And, that little girl still feels very present within me. And I know I'll always proudly carry her with me. And I feel like I live my life out today honoring her and doing the things that I think I wished I could do when I was younger. And same thing, like you said, Anna, I think participating in Cure JM, researching, continuing to fundraise, it makes me feel like I'm doing justice to my little self and for the future generations as well.
Adding on to that, on both what you said, my always common denominator is doing it for the younger version of myself and doing it to, the younger version, like Anna said, when you first are diagnosed, you don't really know a lot of people. You kind of feel like you're doing it on your own. And at the time, I mean, I know for all of us, we were all young. It was a while ago, and there wasn't that much about Cure JM, or there wasn't that much research going to it. And I think, now seeing how widespread we are and how big and how everyone is so into fundraising, it's just so encouraging for the younger version of myself to like remind her that there was hope and that there's a reason that she kept going, and there's a reason that we're all still here. And I just think everyone coming together just to try to find a cure is, I don't know, it's just an incredible feeling, and it's really reassuring for the future.
Absolutely. And I think being such a rare disease too, there's nothing more powerful than coming together in numbers and making a presence and making a statement and asking for those funds because, we're getting our name out there, and that's the biggest thing in terms of advocating for research and gaining more funds as well. So it's, that's amazing to see too.
I'm also really impressed with the creativity that people have, like the fundraisers that they've created. It's not just the like pages anymore. People have these wild events that really highlight the skills of their JM kiddos, which I love because it shows that like we're more than just this disease. We have all these skills and we can put them to use to benefit us to raise money, but also to highlight our skills and show off what we're good at, because I think it's easy to get bogged down by like JM is our life, but we're so much more than that. And so these events really highlight so many positive things about our community, which is really amazing.
Giving Tuesday is kind of like an extra add on to that, because it's like everyone's coming back in together again. I mean, we might not be present all in the same place, but everyone's coming together to do the same thing, to fundraise for a cure. And it's just nice to see everyone supporting the same cause.
Especially for the holidays. It's like we
Exactly.
do have something to be grateful for. We have an amazing community, and we can just keep adding to that and making it stronger.
I think that just having new drugs and new, like, seeing the progression of them is really awesome, because, you know, a lot of us have gone through the steroids and all the other meds that have so many side effects, and as much as they're like the golden drug, they also cause so much more damage. And you know, I think when we finally have more universal drugs that are going to be used widespread across, and everyone's going to be able to use them, it's going to be so relieving. And also it's us knowing that, oh my God, all this money that we fundraised, all this time and effort we put into getting money toward these drug trials are working out, and like our work is being cut out for.
I agree. I think my biggest complaint about my treatment is that my doctors don't necessarily seem to care about the side effects of all my drugs. But I've seen time and time again that CureJM does, and they're hearing our complaints. And it really feels like they're trying to target those complaints with our money that we're fundraising. And so it makes me feel heard. It makes me feel hope. It makes me really excited that, you know, I've been sick for 11 years now. I'm probably not going into remission, but the treatments in my future are looking better and better. And that makes me feel a little better about, you know, I might not be in remission, but it might not be the worst thing in the world.
Absolutely. And I think to your point too, I think it's a lot about, like you said, you know, giving patients more fidelity over their treatment and over their choices. I think even through our conversations as a group, learning now about the different options that are out there for treatments that weren't there before, and thinking back, thinking maybe I would have done things differently if I had had more information and knew I had those choices. For me, I was on long-term steroids for years, and it stunted my growth and caused a lot of other problems. You know, so it definitely, it means all the world to have those different options of drugs, and to find new things that may work better for different people as well.